From her hospital room, Justice Ginsburg insisted the Little Sisters of the Poor should have been forced to provide abortion-causing contraceptives to female employees, not be exempted.
You have just tossed entirely to the wind what Congress thought was essential, that is that women be provided these services with no hassle, no cost to them.
But the Little Sisters attorney argued the nuns would never buckle, meaning they'd face fines of $60 to $70 million a year for not complying, a heavy penalty to pay for practicing their religious freedom.
When the government imposes a burden on religion by telling the Little Sisters that they have to comply with the mandate or the accommodation or else, when the or else is massive penalties, that plainly provides a substantial burden on religious exercise.
The government's contraceptive mandate directed us to provide contraceptives and life-ending drugs in our health care plan or pay millions of dollars in fines, which would have crippled our ministry.
Lori Wyndham is also defending the Little Sisters.
It would be devastating for their ministry if they were fined and if they were forced to, if they were put to a choice between following their faith and living and being true to that and being able to continue the ministry.
The pandemic has changed so many things, including wiping out huge demonstrations outside the Supreme Court. This time there were just nuns praying for the Little Sisters of the Poor.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
And instead of addressing a big rally on the steps, well-known figures Skyped in to voice their support.
The Little Sisters of the Poor deserve permanent relief from the contraceptive mandate so that they can serve the elderly poor without violating their beliefs.
The federal government years ago gave the nuns a religious exemption, but in this case, states are insisting the feds can't do that.
Just be an all or nothing choice. You can only have a contraceptive mandate if you're willing to force nuns to do it.
It's hard to believe the state governments would go after and bully nuns who simply want to serve the elderly poor.
Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.